I want to talk about manifestation today. I want to talk about how manifestation looks from the self-creating reality paradigm. If we are creating our reality moment to moment for our own experience, if that's how it works, and I believe that is how it works, then how does that relate to manifesting what you want in life? Either creating it, manifesting it, planning, all of those things. How does this understanding relate to what we can achieve or what we can become? And I think it's really powerful. It's a very powerful understanding in that way, because what I've come to understand is because we are creating every moment we're experiencing for ourselves internally, because we are creating that, we are already manifesting. We're already manifesting everything that we're experiencing. All of this world, all of this life, all of this experience that we're having, we're already manifesting all of that from our subconscious, conscious mind, from our power of our thinking. And I think that's incredible. And it takes this idea of manifestation away from having to learn how to manifest and recognizing we're already manifesting this experience. And then it's just leaning more away from manifesting by default and into having some creative control in our lives. And this has got me really excited at the moment, and I'm really playing with this idea of creative control. Not control, control's the wrong idea, but like creative input. How can I be present to just how amazing life is, how intricate and delicious? How can I be present to all of that and be leaning in the direction of what I want to create, rather than being present to that and ending up just in the same treadmill of what I've always, sort of the same vague idea of what I've always done? So I'm really excited about this at the moment, and I really wanted to share it because I think it's really a really helpful way of understanding manifestation, that we're not coming to have to learn this new thing. It's not like, oh, if I squeeze my eyes hard enough, this thing's going to pop into my reality. It's not that I don't think that's possible. It's just that I don't think that's the way that it normally works. So how I understand it is, if we are already creating all of this wonder, if we can just come to sit in wonder, come to sit in appreciation of what we're actually creating and experiencing, we're already bringing ourselves to having a better experience. If we're fighting what is, if we're in the idea of something being wrong and it's happening to us, we're a victim of the world and we're a victim of our thinking, then we're on this level of everything's a problem, and our experience probably isn't very nice when we're having that. I mean, I've lived in that for years. Like, I didn't really enjoy it. So just the very nature of seeing life as self-creating, just the very nature of that is already brings us into this sense of appreciation, this sense of wonder, that I can really be creating all of this for myself and experiencing it simultaneously. That's absolutely mind-blowing to me, and brings me to a sense of appreciation, brings me to a sense of space and wonder and feeling safe, and allows me to respond to life in a lighter way, allows me to feel more play, allows me to feel more joy. And so from that place, it feels like you've already created a nicer environment for yourself. You're already creating a better experience. You're already manifesting a better experience for yourself moment to moment. But then when we look into, well, then how does that move us forward in life? How do we get those things we think we want? And what I'm seeing to be true is, the things that we think we want, the fantasies that we might have today, may not be the fantasies of tomorrow. In the sense that if we get attached to what we think is a great relationship from a place of survival, from a place of discomfort, and we are looking for that version of something, what we can miss is we can miss something that is great at the place we're at now. So it brings this like freshness, this openness to what we might experience right now, and what want right now in terms of to create. So I'm really enjoying that at the moment, and it feels really fresh. It feels like a really important thing to get in touch with what we want to bring into the world, to get in touch with the power of our intention and bring our intention into the world and enjoy how it manifests, as opposed to, from a place of feeling unsafe, decide we want this version of something and then trying to shoehorn it or look to create this particular version. Because as we evolve, so too do our desires, obviously. And it is obvious, but I think we forget that. I think we're so used to this sort of past, future brain that does this ping-ponging backwards and forwards. I think we're so used to that when we look to the future, it's so often with this experience, with this idea of what it is we want to create. I know that my versions of the relationship I've wanted to create have been things that I actually wouldn't like now. If I was actually faced with what was a fantasy, it wouldn't actually resonate. So it seems to me to be a really, really nice opportunity to cherish intention as part of the manifestation process, and to really look at what feeling do we want to create for ourselves, rather than what things do we want to create for ourselves. What feelings do we want to create, and acknowledge our own power to bring those into any moment. Because when I get in touch with right now, when I feel like the love and creative life force that's bringing me into the moment every moment, when I feel that, like, that to me is so powerful and so delicious that I want to share it. I want to bring what that brings out of me, whether that's playing with clay or drawing a picture with my daughter. Whatever that is, there's this, or cooking food. I suddenly can do living in a way that feels creative, in a way that feels like it's bringing more of the feeling that I want into life, without me needing to have it be a thing or do a thing. I'm already in that process. And by familiarizing yourself with that, by familiarizing yourself with what does it feel like to just choose love, to just choose to bring love into the world, what does it feel like to do that? And when you familiarize yourself with that, you get much less tolerance for bringing anything else. I now feel it when I'm the one bringing something down or saying something negative. It now jars with me, whereas it used to be quite habitual. So to me, I think that's how we get to transform all of our reality into something more delicious without needing it to show up physically just yet. And that's not to say that I don't think it will show up physically. I absolutely know that for me, I know this to be true, that the physical follows. It follows the energetic. So you don't need to be obsessing and analysing what is out there, because that is just it's always being created and it's always changing. And what we bring to this idea of what we're creating, what we bring to it, is more powerful than what is already there in our own minds. Because when we're looking to analyse what's already there, we're away from our creative force. We're away from our ability to bring love into the world. Showing up with love at the front is one of my favourite ways of saying it. And when I do that, honestly, the world looks different. There is so little that I could want other than to be in now, and to use now to create something new, to revel, to create delight for myself, to creation on that level, creation on choosing how we are supporting ourselves in each moment. That to me is a great way of seeing manifestation, and it takes us straight away from this sort of, because I think what we do is we activate the lack of something when we think about something we don't have. And all we're then doing is creating more of that feeling of lack rather than the opposite, which is what's available to us when we see we are actually living in a self-created reality. We are living in our own projection and experiencing it simultaneously. And the magic of that, I'm never going to get over it. I love it. And this to me is very new and very exciting to talk about. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. It's it's just a really nice topic. It's one that feels really potent at the moment. And yeah, let's see where it goes. Thanks for watching.